بالعالمين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد. Inshallah, we continue on some of the laws with regards to fasting, and we said fasting Islamic law perspective, not on the ethical or spiritual level, on a very basic level of acceptance from the perspective of Islamic law or jurisprudence. Conditions of fasting is that one is in the state of purity, that is, if they require wajib ghusl, that they make it prior to the start of the day, and they don't intentionally neglect making that being pure from the start of the day, the break of dawn or fajr, until the time of iftar or sunset, maghrib. This is one of the conditions. Another one is not to eat or drink throughout the day, and any kind of food or drink, or even thick dust that one takes in, that could turn into some thick dust to the point where it could turn into some particles in the mouth and so on. Those things invalidate one's fasting. We also mentioned that if somebody lies against God or lies against the messenger of God, تعمد الكذب على الله وعلى رسوله, or even the imams of Ahlul Bayt, also invalidates one's fast. And as I mentioned, they also include some of our maraja, and there include the infallible lady Fatima Zahra Salamullah alayha. So if one lies against her, to say that she said something when she did not, that kind of lie also invalidates fasting. The other one is regarding the things that invalidate fasting. We said any kind of action that leads to the state of janaba, intentional action that leads to the state of janaba, also invalidates fasting. If one is asleep and they become in the state of janaba, have what is typically referred to as wet dreams, that does not affect their fasting, and as long as they ensure to purify and make ghusl as soon as they are aware, they're awake and aware, they need to make sure they wash up and do their ghusl. We said, according to some maraja, immersing the head into the water completely invalidates the fasting. However, according to some, including Ayatollah Sistani, he says it is not recommended, but it does not invalidate fasting. So it does not invalidate, it's not mubtilat, however, it is not recommended. These are some of the things that affect the fasting of a person. On a spiritual level, I want to mention this, the things like hadith, to the point that some people think this is the reason I wanted to bring this particular issue up. Some people think that if one commits ghiba, their fasting is void. And where did that come from? There is a narration someone in the present, and the Prophet ﷺ became aware, and when he knew that this individual was fasting, he said, bring food for her. She broke her fast. In other words, because she committed slandering and backbiting, she's no longer considered fasting. That is where the hadith, this particular assumption stems from. However, it seems like this hadith is not suggesting that a wajib fast would be void. And our ulama, they say it does not void a wajib fast on a jurisprudential level. However, if it ruins the fasting of one who is doing a mustahab fast, it means the rewards of fasting are not to be expected. If somebody is slandering and backbiting, they cannot be expecting rewards of one who is fasting. And we did mention that any kind of state where it requires ghusl, one has to purify prior to the break of dawn, including the women being in their menstrual periods. If they are pure, then they need to make ghusl before the break of dawn. The last one I want to mention is to intentionally one of the things that avoids fasting, تعمد القيء ولو للضرورة, to intentionally cause oneself to vomit. To intentionally cause oneself to vomit, that even if it's a necessary thing, somebody feels like they got poisoned or something, and they intentionally do that, it voids one's fasting. However, if something comes up not intentional, it's not deliberate, non-intentional, then for instance, one is burping and something comes up, it does not void one's fasting. Inshallah, that suffices, and we'll continue in the coming weeks. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa sallallahu wa sallam ala sayyidina wa nabiyyina Muhammad wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.